it's been awful for the Lakers ever since he went down with the groin injury. Nothing has really gone right since then, including how they handled the coaching search, how they tried to trade away the entire team. And it's just been a disaster. And then there's a Magic Johnson-Rob Pelinka thing. So, where is LeBron with the team that he agreed to a 4-year contract with before this past season began? Well, both Bill Plaschke of the LA Times and Dave McMenamin, our ESPN Lakers reporter, were on with George Sedano in ESPN Los Angeles. And believe it or not, they brought up the idea that potentially LeBron is already getting a little tired of the things going on with the Lakers. Here's what they had to say.
I'm hearing that if they whiff on free agency and if they whiff on a trade, which I don't know how likely that is, but if that happens, they got big trouble with LeBron. I mean, why would LeBron, the LeBron era could be over before it starts here.
Yeah, Bill, I was just talking to George in the commercial break, George and Andy, about that. Everyone I speak to associated with LeBron, they are holding the rope for now, and all they can do is be positive because this is going to be a crucial 5-week stretch. But on the other side of that, that's the inevitability. If we're July 10th in Los Angeles and Nick Vucevic or whomever who does not meet the criterion of bringing in a star that can make them immediately a contender, you can only imagine where things could go. I heard
this for the first time yesterday. Somebody very connected said, you know what? If they whiff, LeBron's going to say either I'm out of here or get me out of here, or the Lakers better just might as well get him out of here, or just So this is huge.
Wow.
Well, it is. So I guess the couple of questions is if they whiff this summer on either the trade for AD or the big-time free agents, is it fair to say that we don't think if LeBron stays for his last 3 years, they have no shot at being in contention for the title? And if that, in fact, is going to be the case, do you think LeBron would want to move yet again?
That's the interesting part here is we've heard about how content LeBron is in Los Angeles with the other areas of his life. We just heard all that stuff about his son going to high school with Dwayne Wade's son, having that proximity to a guy he's close with, all of his business ventures there at this point in his career. Because as we saw last year, and I think this is the telling part, LeBron James is still very obsessed with winning. Like everything that kind of put the torpedo in the side of the Lakers ship last year was because this whole idea of a year that was a throwaway year before they hit free agency this summer was a misnomer. Like LeBron wants to win and was very uncomfortable with the idea of missing the playoffs in that endeavor.
Without question, but I think he agreed to this year being whatever it was going to be with the expectation that July 1st, 2019 was going to be the beginning of what he thought would be a potential championship 3-year run based on what they could bring into him. I mean, to me, this July 1st deadline, or whenever we'll actually hear the deals ahead of July 1st from Woj, is maybe the most important date in franchise history for the Lakers in a long, long time.
Well, it is.
Long time.
Because even though Magic's not there anymore, that plan was still the thing that was put in LeBron James' head. And for whatever, better or for worse, I think now he's always had that as a marker there. Take Magic out, that's still going to be there. The question is, and now this is where that competitive fire comes in versus all the things you just talked about, the ability to sit and say, no, I'm not going to wait around now and waste the remaining years of my prime on this team.
That, to me, is the biggest question. If the Lakers don't, and there are many, I know we don't think, I don't think we think they land any free agents. I don't know if you all agree on that, and then there are many analysts and experts out there that think it's going to be a struggle to do that. So that really does become the question. Do the
so what's
Lakers,
the threshold?
Well, I mean, if you don't get any of the top free agents in Anthony Davis, I mean, where do you think you're going to be next year? You may make the playoffs.
Is Chris Paul enough?
But heck no. To be in contention for an NBA title.
Is Chris Paul enough to appease LeBron? Is what I'm not for an NBA. What would be enough to appease LeBron?
Even LeBron James has to know just bringing in Chris Paul is not getting them the championship.
I'm just trying to figure out what might work.
LeBron is all about championships, right? So if it doesn't happen this summer, who possibly wants to pull the ripcord first? Would LeBron actually want to leave there, or would the Lakers initiate that? I mean, Jeff Van Gundy was saying that a while ago, that the Lakers should think about trading LeBron James. So do we think if they don't hit this summer that they actually entertain something like that down the road in a year or two?
They missed this summer. LeBron James pick up the phone and say hello to the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's right that wrong from a year ago.
Why are you tormenting Cliff?
Yeah,
because all Cliff, our cookmaster on the board, all he's thinking about is, this is a really good idea. It's a really good.
All those people in Philly said I was crazy for swapping LeBron and Ben Simmons a couple years ago. Where we at?
Now,
Where
listen,
we at now?
Where
That's
we're
where
at
I thought.
with both of them, a lot of question marks. On both sides of that, we're at a lot of question marks. And stars to go along with LeBron is clearly what's missing with the Lakers. Oh, it works so well. What's missing is brought to you by 303 Touchless Sealant. No time to wax your car. No 303 Touchless Sealant offers twice the protection and shine of traditional wax in minutes. Spray on, rinse off. Available at O'Reilly Auto Parts. It is fascinating to see. I'm curious to what the best possible scenario is for the Lakers to say, hey, LeBron.
This was successful?
This is what we did.
Yeah.
And whether LeBron's going to say, that ain't it.
Listen, just because of his relationship, Chris Paul is interesting as far as the rest, as far as the free agents, because that would have to be a trade of that albatross of a contract.
But they're a team that could absorb that contract.
They are a team that could absorb that contract. But my God, when you had that max spot you envisioned alongside LeBron James, could you imagine filling it with LeBron James and Chris Paul in that one? Free agency wise, what do you think? Would Kemba Walker be enough? He's the name that I see as like. The last guy in that rung of the K's that we talk about in free agency, would he be enough? I feel like Kemba Walker, because of the market, doesn't get the credit he deserves.
I think Kemba Walker doesn't get the credit he deserves either. But that comes down to the question of all the names out there. If they got Kemba, would that be enough?
And Kemba's already said staying in Charlotte is his number one priority. I don't know if that's a negotiating
They can offer him the most.
They can absolutely offer him the most.